You know, I absolutely love this time of year.
Okay. I used to be afraid of the world outside my door, so I lived within the pages of a book. I used to be so scared of what I couldn't control. It seemed whatever I touched, I broke. The wind at my back, the grass so green, the sun on my face, it was all a dream till you said, wake up, wake up, wake up, take my hand. I'm here for you now, I'll help you stand. The world isn't so frightening, it's not all thunder and lightning, and as long as we are together, life can only get better. I used to be embarrassed about my eyes, my nose, my smile, so I hid my face behind my hair. I spent so many years feeling like I was drowning. Now finally I'm coming up for air. Laughing out loud, being part of a team, touching the stars, it was all a dream till you said, wake up, wake up, wake up, take my hand. I'm here for you now, I understand. The world isn't so frightening, it's not all thunder and lightning, and as long as we are together, life can only get better. Life can only get better.
It's true. I absolutely love this time of year. Fall. My favorite weather is fog. And I was used to that growing up in California on the coast, or near the coast. I never lived on the coast, but in the Bay Area, San Francisco area. I just love the fog. It's my favorite weather. And we got to have the fog here this last week. So beautiful. And it's my favorite weather is to be able to wear sweaters, not jackets, not t-shirts, but in between. I love sweaters. They're comfortable. So it was that kind of week. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee. And let's start with welcoming our new members of the community. Welcome. We want to say welcome to Jay True. Welcome, Jay. And to Gary. Welcome, Gary. To Raving Rav. Or is it Raving Rave? There's no E on that. Raving Rav. Welcome. Mari Nicole Wrights. Wonderful to have you here. And Cassandra Jessup. Well, Cassandra. Thank you guys for joining the community. And, well, have fun. We're kind of a bizarre group, but we constantly grow. This last week was a huge success. The Fiction Cartel. We did Gatekeepers. And we tried something different. We actually did the Fiction Cartel session in the evening instead of in the morning. Lo and behold, not only did we have more, writers that could show up that could be on the panel. Well, okay, that's not true. Kimmer had a migraine, had to step out, and Delena Mar could not show up because it was her daughter's birthday. So we had less. I guess what I should say is that more writers after the fact said, hey, that's a good time. I could be on the panel and answer questions as well. So we have more people. We might, we'll we might be able to have like a 7-seat panel. I've got a room with 7 seats. That's going to be fun. I got a room with 2, but I'd rather have 7. And I think it was the most successful one that we've had. Not necessarily, we did have a lot more people in the room and asking questions. However, the feedback afterwards has been phenomenal. And I've received more than a handful of direct messages saying how much that writers have appreciated and all the information that they got, because we talked about gatekeepers and various experiences. And that's a good thing. And it was me and Anne from Tell Me a Mystery and Scoot. Scoot, it was so much fun to have you there. So we're going to plan on that, the episodes being in the evening on Tuesdays. So maybe every other week. No guarantee that it'll be every other week, but we're going to shoot for that. Well, let's see what happens. Because life happens. So that was fun. That was not only enjoyable, but Ben Dragon was there the whole time and early, and that was nice. More people from the community got to join because it was after work, evening. Yeah. That was a good idea. So this next time on the 21st, I'll make sure to let you know, on the 21st, Ben Dragon is going to join us, and he's going to ask questions. He's starting to write for the first time, and he's enjoying this process, and he has some questions. So he kind of nominated himself to to pick the subject matter this next time. Hopefully we'll have a full panel. Anne won't be able to make it. It's her husband's birthday. Priorities, she likes the guy. So, but it looks like we're going to have everybody else on the panel. And we've invited a few more writers to come and join us. So this is an awesome thing. So that's good. So we're going to have Fiction Cartel on the 21st, Tuesday the 21st. And we're also going to go an hour earlier. We're doing that, well, to help everybody, but also to help Scoot and any of the other writers who are on the East Coast. We gotta, we went past midnight for Scoot. Yeah, we can't do that to our writers. So we're going to start an hour earlier. We're going to start at 6 Pacific, and then work your way east, and you'll know the time slots. Let's see. We've got, amazing weather. I just enjoyed that so much. And so much rain. Oh, my goodness. During this week in our little town, we had a harvest festival. That was so neat, getting together. It wasn't a gigantic turnout. It was still windy and a bit chilly, but boy, we had a good time. But farmers and members of the community, we all got together, and people brought from their abundance from their gardens and their farms. And we just had a bunch of food and some singing and some bonding together as a community. We've been here almost 15 years now. Best place I've ever lived, by far. By not even a contest. And that was amazing. Yeah, I love seeing all the little kids running around. And I have the best neighbors in the whole world. I will challenge everyone. No, I won't challenge anybody. If you've got great neighbors, that's fantastic. I hope you do. I hope you get to know your neighbors. It's pretty neat if you go and you introduce yourself, or throw, like we did. We moved into one area at one point when my wife and I were younger. We had like a little block party. You just pull out a barbecue and invite your neighbors. So I still have one neighbor I'm working on. Yeah. It's going to have to be a barbecue, like steaks or something. I'll win them. Anyway, yeah, so Harvest Festival, that was awesome. Hope you get to know your neighbors. With all that rain, we got the little man, we're really working on our chickens. My wife, we had 12 chickens. A few died. I think they got picked on. We tried everything that we could think of to help with the boredom and anyway, they got picked on to death. So we got down to, what is it, 10 or 9. Then my wife got, she got 6 more. These white chickens, beautiful. I still think they run around. They look like velociraptors to me. They're creepy, but they're cool. And they laid color eggs, so that's fun. And then right before all the chicks were gone from our local IFA, farm store, she grabbed another 8. And we've been raising them in the kitchen, which I guess is a proper place for a chicken. Anyway, raising them, and we got a little setup done out in the massive chicken run and got a heating lamp out there, and they've been enjoying that. And they were enjoying it through the massive rain. So that's interesting. Anyway, so we're just trying to do this for a couple months, and then I'll be dispatching the older chickens who have stopped or have almost stopped laying eggs, and then they will take their place. Generations, Be more kind with us old people. Don't just dispatch us. Anyway, so chickens, it's funny finding out that my chickens are tough, these little babies, and my dog's a chicken. Zeke is, I don't know, I kept walking into the house during the week, and I kept seeing this little square grate. And it's to one of the, I don't know if it was like to a pigeon cage or to the rabbit's cage. I don't know. But it looks like something in the bottom of these big plastic cages that you can get from a pet store. I'm like, why is this in the front doorway? Why is this on the floor? I kept picking it up and setting it aside, and I come back an hour later and it's there on the floor. I kind of lost my cool. I'm like, why is this on the floor again? Why do I keep picking this up? And my kids kind of chuckle at this because Zeke's afraid of it. What? Apparently, Zeke will not walk. It's like one of those, what do you call it? Those cow crossings. On the road, you go out in the farming area, and you've got the little metal spaces out there. The cattle crossings, I think that's what they're called. And the cows won't go across them. Zeke won't step over. He won't even go around. I will go to the front door and, my dog Muffin, the old lady, she just looks at me. She just walks around it. And Zeke will trot up, is like, I want to go. And he, right there, and he won't cross it. He won't jump over it. He won't walk over it. So they've kept him in certain rooms by just putting that right in the door, and he can't leave. Chicken. So that's weird, which is funny because my one of my family members, a young boy, he shot a deer, an elk, I believe. So went out with his cousins and his uncles, and he shot an elk. So at my son's house, they're making room in the freezer. So I came home one day and there's these boxes up on my counter with all these chickens and pork and roasts and everything. I'm like, what is this? My wife says, well, apparently when we moved here a couple years ago, out of the house, we forgot to empty our part of the chest freezer. Huh? That's a lot of meat, hon. She goes, I know. We don't have room in the freezer. Really? Okay. Does that mean? Yes, dear. That means you need to get out the smoker. So I had fun this week doing, smoking all sorts of things. Chicken, giblets, is that what they're called? I like the heart and the liver and all that. So there was a lot of that. And pork roasts, chunks of pork. Yeah, there was so much that I got to make some the way that I really like it, which is I like with black pepper and red pepper flakes. And then with the giblets, I soaked it in soy sauce for a couple days just because I just love that. And I got out my smoker. My neighbors like when I get out the smoker. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Everything smells good. Yep. Jimmy Buckley's smoking meats again. Yep, I am. So that was fun. Made for a really good dinner. By the way, has anyone, what is this called? There it is. My notes. What is it called? It's called I found something on the internet. My friend sent me a link. Craig from this community. Craigie, he sent me, it was called a viral baked feta pasta. Have you guys heard of this thing? And I'm gonna put the video in the description down there. Because it was intriguing. Now, I like feta cheese. I love it. I will actually buy a bar of feta and I'll just eat the thing. But I love it in salads and things like that. And but there's this recipe, and it seemed very bizarre. It's fun to watch. And I thought, that looks, I don't know, it seems bizarre. And here's a guy that does the video, and he doesn't like feta. And it turns out to be one of his favorite dishes that he's ever had. It was that good. I was like, I gotta try this. I'm not a great cook. I'm really not. There's a few things I do pretty well. But I just thought, gosh, that's doable. I think I could do it. So I told my wife, I was like, so can I cook dinner? And everyone's like, what? You want to cook? No, not hash browns. Wait, then what are you going to cook? I got this new dish. They're like, so when I watched the video, they're like, okay, we'll try that. Did it better than I thought it would turn out. And I had high expectations. We are going to do it again with a slight variation. We don't like it with as much lemon as they suggest. You know, everybody's going to have different tastes. But that was awesome. So so I'm going to put that down there. Try it. It's so easy to make. You go get the ingredients. Easy as can be. Guys, just cook for your wife. Even if you've never done it before. So easy. Last thing, guess what? We're coming towards the end of the year. Here we're in mid-October, and I want to plan out 2026. I still have never gotten, after taking off December last year, I've never gotten back into the groove. I mean, I'm publishing every week, but not the way that I would really like to. And now I'm going to have a second Substack and working with writers. That's going to be fun. But I have plans. I have really good I have plans. So I'm going to schedule things out this week, and we have all sorts of treats for this December. And I sent you an email. I could not find the things that you want me to do for our project for everybody. I found the link to the Dropbox. I couldn't find the documents to record, so help. Other than that, we're going to launch some stuff this month, and I'm just excited. So very excited. It's time to play. A lot. I hope you had a great week. It's going to be a great week. I think we're going to have more rain. I hope so. And more fog. Love the weather. Go put on your favorite sweater. Well, unless it's too hot. But I'm gonna wear my sweaters this week. Have some fun. Play with the kids. Yeah. Flirt with my wife. That's always fun. And, write a whole bunch. I'm excited. December's gonna rock. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Anyway, I normally I'd have more to tell you, but I don't, because I'm going to tell you what I've done and not what I'm doing. So you have a good day. You have a good week. You remember, you are more than you think you are. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye.